Let's do question number 8. The table shows the demand, shows a consumer's expenditure on a range of goods at different levels of income. For which good does the consumer have an income elasticity of demand greater than 0 but less than 1? Income elasticity of demand is how much a consumer's expenditure changes due to a change in the consumer's income. So, in other words, income elasticity of demand, IED, is equal to percentage change in the quantity or the expenditure. So let's just say here expenditure over percentage change in income, which we will say is Y. All right. So we have been told that the income elasticity of demand is greater than 0 but less than 1. So greater than 0 means that it can't be negative, and less than 1 and greater than 0 means that this is inelastic. So when this is inelastic, which means that the numerator which is here has to be smaller than the denominator, because if the numerator is larger than the denominator, then the resulting answer would be greater than 1. But we need it to be less than 1, so that means that the value that is in the numerator has to be less than the value in the denominator. So now let's look at these options. First, we need to calculate the percentage change in income from here to here and from here to here. So now let's do that. First, the income was 40 and then it went to 50. So the change was 10, that is 10 and over 40. That means that the first change in income is 25%. The second change is from 50 to 100, which is a change of 50. So the percentage change is 50 over 50 uh, is equals to 100%. Into 100 here and into 100% here as well. All right. Now look at option A. In option A, the expenditure first goes from 10 to 18, which is a percentage increase of 80%. And then from 18 to 40, which is a percentage change of 122%. Now we immediately know that since the way we have to, so let's look at option A. So in option A, in the first part, we do percentage change in expenditure, which is 80%, divided by percentage change in income, which we know from here is 25%. So we don't even have to calculate this. We know that this is greater than 1, and we don't need this because we want it to be less than 1. So means that we can cross this out, which means that option A is not possible. Let's look at option B. In option B, we go from 10 to 11, which is a percentage change of 10%. And then we go from 11 to 20, which is a percentage change of 82%. Now let's evaluate option number B. In option number B, we know we that the percentage change in expenditure was 10% and the corresponding change in income was 25%. So we know that this is greater than 0 and less than 1. So this part is true. Let's do the other change. The other change is that the expenditure increased by 82% when the income increased by 100%. So we know that this is also greater than 0 and less than 1. So we know that both of these are correct. So the correct answer for this is option number B. In option number C, there is no change in a consumer's expenditure, which means that the numerator in option number C, we know that the numerator would be 0. And whatever we divide that by, we know that the answer is going to be 0. And we know that here that it has to be greater than 0. So we can cross out option number C as well. And in option number D, there's actually a negative change in the consumer's expenditure. So if we see here, the expenditure actually falls by 20% here, moving from 20 to 8, 10 to 8, and from 8 to 6 it actually falls by minus 25%. But we don't consider this option because since the quantity demanded since the elasticity we know here has to be greater than 0, it can't be negative, so we can cross out option number D as well. So the correct answer is option number B.